This woman gets bitten by a rat and contracts an alien virus. Through saliva exchange, she spreads it to dozens of people in the lab. The infected dip cotton swabs in their saliva and smear it on food containers. Overnight, the virus sweeps the globe. 900 million people die unexpectedly during conversion, but the surviving infected share a collective consciousness, acting in perfect unison to clean up the bodies. Even a waitress can tap into a pilot's memories and fly a plane solo. Female infected Zosia is reassigned from urban cleanup duties and cleans herself up meticulously. As it turns out, only 12 people worldwide remain unaffected by the virus. She's sent to Carol, one of the immune tasked with connecting with her. The reason, Zosia looks identical to the male protagonist Carol created in her novel, in the hope that Carol won't reject her outright. But this only enrages Carol. She'd originally intended the character to be female, changing it to male only at her lover's urging. Clearly, her infected lover's memories were uploaded to the collective cloud before her death, accessible to all the infected. Carol erupts in fury, hurling vicious insults at the infected. Suddenly, Zosia's mind crashes and her body convulses. Panicked, Carol jumps into her pickup truck to find help, but thanks to the infected's shared consciousness, others start convulsing too, one even hanging suspended in the air. Carol fumbles with the controls to lower him, nearly getting him crushed. Thankfully, the infected recover on their own after 2 minutes, though some don't survive. Carol drives back, wondering why they all had a mental shutdown simultaneously. Zosia explains they're highly susceptible to intense emotions. Carol's outburst of negative energy overwhelmed them. In other words, Carol's anger just killed more than a few people, but Zosia refuses to reveal the exact number. Racked with guilt, Carol struggles to process the loss. To comfort her, Zosia offers to help dig the grave. She uses the collective consciousness to summon an excavator, and with skilled operation, Helen's body is finally laid to rest. Carol's attitude toward Zosia softens slightly, and she asks to meet the other 11 immune individuals. Zosia activates the collective link immediately. The others respond. Only 5 of them speak English, but they agree to the meeting. The next day, Zosia arranges for Carol to fly to Spain on a private jet with a former burger joint waitress as the pilot. Upon landing, 4 immune people greet Carol with handshakes. Unlike her, each is accompanied by a large group of infected family members. Carol can't fathom how they trust living alongside the infected. An hour later, the president's private plane touches down. The 6th immune person, Komba, exits excitedly and invites them aboard. He's thriving on the privileges the infected afford him, bringing 12 flight attendants on this trip alone. Watching Kumba's intoxicated demeanor, Carol's anger spikes. She chases away all the infected present and orders Zosia to turn off the monitoring devices. She then urges the other 5 immune individuals to join forces and find a way to set the world right. But they stare at her like she's crazy. None want to change the status quo.
As we speak, no one is being robbed or murdered. The color of one's skin, by all accounts, now meaningless. Peace on earth.
Carol argues back, these infected aren't who they used to be.
My child is still my child.
The one who can perform open heart surgery and fly the space shuttle? Yep. He is also your prime minister. Some guy you dated in high school, your gynecologist.
Still, no one supports Carol. Some want to coexist with their families. Others crave the privileges. At lunch, the infected share Michelin chef-level knowledge to cook gourmet meals, with one catch: all meat must come from animals that died of natural causes, as the infected can't kill. Witnessing everyone's numb compliance, Carol feels sorrowful and warns them this so-called peace has cost 900 million lives. An Indian immune snaps back sarcastically, "You're no saint either. Your little tantrum killed 11 million people last time." Grief and anger overwhelm Carol. She chugs alcohol and screams.
You are traitors to the human race!
Her rage triggers a collapse. She passes out cold. All the infected rush to her side, concerned. Instinctively, Carol roars, "Get away from me!" Unable to bear her negative emotions, the infected crash and convulse en masse. The Indian woman, one of the immune, blasts Carol, "Your little tantrum yesterday killed my grandfather. He was driving when he had a mental shutdown and crashed." When Carol sobers up, the other 4 immune individuals have left. Only Kumba remains, wanting to see her. But he's not here to collaborate. He wants to take Zozia to Las Vegas to party. It's obvious his mind is filled with lewd thoughts, but why does he need Carol's permission? Turns out, the infected can't make choices.
If we were to choose, it would hurt one of you.
A bitter smile tugs at Carol's lips. If Zozia's lost her individuality, what right does she have to decide Zozia's fate? She boards the plane to head home, only to see Zozia being paraded onto Air Force One, dressed up like a doll by Kumba. Suddenly, she remembers her lover's words,
You make even one person happy? Maybe that's not art. It's something.
even if she can't fix the world, changing one person's life is an act of rebellion. Carol sprints off the plane and stands in front of the departing Air Force One. Then she brings Zozia back to her cabin. Since the 5 immune refuse to cooperate, she decides to contact the other 6. Zozia replies, The remaining 6 are either children or the elderly. The last immune we found is a Paraguayan man. He refuses to communicate with any infected, doesn't speak English, only Spanish. Unwilling to give up, Carol dials his number immediately. Zozia wasn't lying. After 6 calls, he either doesn't answer or hangs up.
¡No me jodan más! ¡Déjenme en paz, hijo de putas!
Carol can't take the insult. She dials again and screams.
Chinga tu madre, cabrón!
Little does she know that one curse word makes him realize she's different. Back home, Zozia takes out the letters and parcels addressed to Carol. Annoyed by this suffocating sense of being monitored, Carol orders Zozia to leave. One of the parcels bears Helen's name as the sender. When Carol opens it, she finds a brand new, top-of-the-line massage gun inside. Her face darkens instantly, and she dials Zozia's number right away. Zozia answers with a hint of pride, explaining this was Helen's last wish. Carol had tried out this exact massage gun during a business trip before, but had held off buying it because it was too expensive. Helen had quietly noted her interest, planning to gift it to her later. Now that Helen can't fulfill this promise herself, the infected have stepped in to do it. Filled with disgust, Carol warns them never to access Helen's memories again. She sleeps straight through until noon the next day, roused by the doorbell. Outside, there's a plate of steaming hot food. Carol calls Zozia once more, making it clear she doesn't need any kind of care. Zozia chuckles, teasingly recalling how Carol had raved about the same food combo during their trip to Provincetown last year, a detail Helen had never forgotten.
I told you Helen was off limits. I want you to leave me alone.
She tosses the plate of food into the trash and heads to the kitchen to make something for herself, only to find the fridge nearly empty. She hurries to the supermarket, only to be met with bare shelves. With human thought unified globally, money has become useless, and food is now distributed on a need-only basis. Carol immediately guesses the infected are behind this and calls to confront them. The infected explain that this is part of their resource integration. They're centralizing supplies to ensure fair distribution. Whatever Carol needs, they can deliver it to her directly. Carol refuses any contact with them. She's always been fiercely independent, perfectly capable of taking care of herself without being waited on. Restore the supermarket to how it was, now, she demands. The infected agree without hesitation, promising to be there soon.